Got to lock the car. There we go. Let me know. Gonna walk and look at some graves. Not rush. Hoffman. Thank you for your service, sir. Waiting on people to come in. Yes, sirree. Then we're gonna do a little bit of storytelling. McCann. Got one person on. Don't know who you be. Let's go way over there. There's tombstones, upright. So, holler at me. There's an AG. Both of them, 2006. Him and his wife. Wonder what happened. Here's old Stewart. She's still living. Can't show you that. So who we got on? If you can, let me know. Nancy. Hello, Nancy. How are you? Thank you for... Hey, Justin Hill. Thank you all for letting me know, I know you know. Hey, Doc. You doing all right? And Al, I'll just call you Al, okay? You're doing good. Well, that's good, Nancy. That's good. I hope you're all doing wonderful this morning. We're in Sparta, Tennessee, and because I document cemeteries for genealogy, that's why. Yeah. That's why what I do. So no spamming, or I'm gonna kick you out. Like right now. Bye-bye. See? Mess with me. I don't need no moderators. I'll kick you out myself. I document cemeteries, the headstones, like say they're old. That's what I do. I'll give you an example over here. 'Cause these don't go nowhere. They just fade. But what I'm talking about is, if you've ever been in an old cemetery and you can barely read the writing on a stone, that's what I do. So, say you could barely make this out, so what I go do is I document the headstones. That way we know who they are before the name gets wiped away. You want to be kicked out, Chase? Do you want to get kicked out? Yes or no? Okay, never mind. I got somebody on guard. So watch out. I got a sidestepping sheriff that's, you don't see him. Hey, Tennessee, blacksmith, Alicia, they came to my rescue. 'Cause the trolls have hit. Hey, trolls, that's two of my sidestepping sheriffs. So you're gonna get kicked out. So on with my story. Y'all take care of them and, I'll do the story. We're here to see the grave of the great Bluegrass legend, Lester Flatt. Now some of you, yeah, I got that, but I ain't Herbert. They call me Squeak Man. That's my nickname. Squeak Man, the squeakster. Watch your step. The squeakster's gonna run over you with a high-pitched voice. But anyway, if you have ever seen who's in here, raise your hand on the emoji. Who's seen the Beverly Hillbillies? Raise your hand. Just throw up an emoji with the hand raised. No throat cancer. I was born this way. Go watch the short that says about my voice. It's recent, so you'll be able to find it. I guess these are new, 'cause a lot of them... excuse me. So anyway, if you've seen that, you know, and I'll sing a little bit of it for you. Say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. You're invited back next week for this locality to have a heaping of their hospitality. Hillbillies, that is. Nice folks. Y'all come back now. You hear? That's the voice of none other than Lester Flatt. And they're still living. I can't show you their tombstone. But they've also played on there. If you've seen the Beverly Hillbillies, where Granny, Lester, and Ernest Flatt, Ernest Scruggs, and Lester Flatts woke up at 3. I woke up at 4. I hate these kind of tombstones because they're brown. The sun, when it beats down on that, you ain't gonna be able to see it. But that's pretty. I got to say that. Good morning, Kay. KJ Crystal Jewel. Wow, that's a long one. But that's cool. That's cool. So, Lester, he started out on the Louisiana hayride, I think, right? But he started out with Bill Monroe's brother, Charlie Monroe. And before he did that, he was working. He first started out with his daddy, working with his daddy in his dad's sawmill. Then he went from a sawmill, he went to a shirt factory for a while until he got hooked up with Charlie Monroe at Louisiana Hayride. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, correct me, but it's a hayride that he was on. They call it the Hayride Days. Good morning. Telling you about Lester Flatt, the great banjo picker. I listen to him quite often. Along with the Earl Scruggs, and I listen, I like a lot of the gospel Christian, gospel that was back in the day. I love it. Here's a Johnson. But back about in the 60s, him and Earl Scruggs kind of had a falling out because Earl wanted to kind of go with the modern and Lester wanted to kind of keep it traditional. So they kind of parted their ways. And they didn't speak for a long time. And Ernest Scruggs, Earl Scruggs, not Ernest, Earl Scruggs, he said that he came to us on the side of his bed when he was passing away, and that's when they kind of made up. That was 1979. Now Earl kind of got with the rock bands and kind of added his banjo with that and stuff. You can look all that stuff up on Spotify. I've got some of it. Some of it I'm like, man, I like the traditional. So, but we're fixing to go to the grave here in a little bit. You love the Tennessee Hills? Me too. Ninja. Hi, Kings. Sorry, I ain't trying to interrupt or not trying to ignore y'all, but you know me, if I get off on my story, start talking about something else, I will definitely lose track. So his wife, she lived to be, I think, 99. All she talked about was the good old days with Lester Flatt. Now I've got something. I went by Walmart because when me and Miss Kim was here before, I looked online. I don't think him and his wife had any kids that I know of. Find a grave. Didn't mention nothing about any kids. And I don't believe that if he's not got any kids or relatives, nobody's gonna put flowers on the grave. So I bought a couple flowers to put on his and her grave. They may not fit, but I'll make them fit. But lock the door but I wanted to pay my respects. Make sure that they had some flowers, you know. Pink for her, yellow for him. Let me turn you around. It's located next to a funeral home, and right across the road that's the Church of Nazarene, right there. So if I can find it, it's got to be the only one without flowers. So I didn't go do it because I thought I would definitely remember, but I think I see it. Right there, I think. Or I'm up the hill. I don't know, maybe somebody come by and put flowers on the grave, and that's gonna monkey with my brain. That ain't it. I know it's up here somewhere. I know it's got faces, so it's gotta be in this row. Yep, somebody put, here it is. Here's Lester. Well, how about that? Well, I'm still gonna leave me a rose right there in the middle of it. Oops, hold on. I think what I do, this is one of those, somebody didn't screw back on. There we go. I'll just leave them right there on the ground. Put that rose right there. For Lester, I think that's more appropriate. Then here's his wife. I'm gonna leave a pink one for her. Once I tear the price tag off, I'm famous for that. Put that right here. Maybe I can stick that. Yeah. Yeah, in the vase. Maybe I can do the same with him. Hold on, let me figure this thing out. Nope, there ain't no room. I'll just leave it just like that. Form. There's Lester, the great banjo picker. There's his wife, Gladys. Lester Flatt. And I'm going to do a video of Lester here in a few. So I'm going to get off the phone so I can do that. And I'm going to save battery power. That's another thing I'm going to do, because if I can, later on, about 11 o'clock, I'm going to do another live stream for you guys. So like, share, and subscribe, because I do cooking live streams as well. Hiking videos, document whole cemeteries for genealogy. And I also document old places that are historical, okay? So, you won't want to miss none of that. And my wife, she joins me when she ain't working. So, I love y'all. You take care of yourself, and I'll see you later on. And thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this little bit. And keep this stuff going on, because we don't want nobody to be forgotten. What does the soldiers say when their fellow soldier falls? No soldier gets left behind. So here, no person here on this channel, if I can help it, gets left behind. So, until I croak, then they might get left behind. So, I love y'all. Take care.